Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today's video is, I guess, a little bit of an update, and also so that people can understand what it's been like working through the past 6 to 9 months with everything that's happened in 2020. So I'm in my greens now. I have my green stripes. As you may be aware, I have qualified as an occupational therapist. I've been qualified for just over a year, and I've been working for dead on a year, literally dead on a year today. I am on annual leave today, which is quite bizarre, but that is why I'm filming this video, so that you guys can see what it's actually like to be an occupational therapist. Now, this can't really be, I don't think, a very accurate first year as a qualified, so I'm going to actually talk about what instead it's been like working for the past 9 months specifically in 2020. So let's get started. So my job is as an occupational therapist band 5 in a stroke situation. So I started my job in September last year, and I was working on the stroke ward, which includes both hyperacute and acute stroke units, for 6 months, and that was completely different. And literally as my 6 months finished, coronavirus lockdown came, and I transferred over to my next 6-month placement. So my job is a rotation between ward and community on 6 months. So every 6 months I'm supposed to swap. And lo and behold, life changed for everybody. And in the past 6 months, life as an NHS person has completely changed, but life as an OT for me has also completely changed. So I have been doing for the past 6 months the community side of my job, which effectively means I would normally be going into people's homes, rehabbing them at home, supporting them at home, doing everything that I can in my ability and in their ability to get back to as most normal a job, normal a life as possible. Normal for them, I will point out, not normal for other people in general, normal for them. With lockdown meant, well, that we weren't really able to do that. So I spent a good 2 months at the hospital, working out of like an office there, doing telephone calls, doing emails, doing therapy plans as best as I could, slowly just getting used to this new element and new part of my job. It was like being thrown into the deep end twice in one go, but hey ho, we got through it. We're still here, we're still living. So yeah, be that as it may, it then came to June, so April, May, June, yeah, June, beginning of, and I started to work from home. So they decided that we weren't needed at the hospital, which is true, we weren't. I was going in to basically work in an office, and everybody else at the hospital that worked in offices was working from home, so we did too. So I was given my work laptop, my work phone, and I was told, off you go. So I went home, and I worked from home. I did telephone calls from home. I did 6-month reviews, which is basically where we ring someone up 6 months down the line from their stroke and check how they're doing. It's a bit more for like an audit purpose, and generally just to see, to make sure that if there's anything they're struggling with, that is that because we haven't been able to help them with that? Why is that? And do we need to re-intervene and help them with that? So I started doing them. I started doing emails a lot still, and I was doing the odd emergency visit. So if somebody came out of hospital and it was considered that they had either self-discharged, or they were at risk or anything like that, I would go and do that emergency visit. That carried on for 2-ish months. Now it's changed again, so come August, September time, yeah, August and September, we started going out a bit more. So as the rules relaxed for general day-to-day life, so did the rules for us. So we're now able to go out and do like a day of visits, sometimes 5 days a week. We are doing, we're in full PPEs, well, we're in gloves, eyes, aprons, surgical masks, That is what we are asked to wear at every patient visit. So my car boot has gone from being empty to being a ginormous amount of PPE. We are required to go into people's homes. There's a lot of rules about who can be there. We'll do our rehab, write our notes, and then go again, kind of a bit more like normal. We are incredibly busy because of lockdown. People kept having a stroke, but we weren't really able to progress people, so we weren't really able to discharge people either. Which means we have like 4 times the number of people on our caseload that we normally would. And maybe that's just us, but I feel like that's bound to be other people too. Which means that life is incredibly busy, and it means that administration time is very precious. And it's meant that personally for me, I've been doing some overtime. I've been whizzing around trying to see as many people as I can. I've been doing a hell of a lot more mileage. So I think it's kind of normal, but normal kind of mileage for me now is about 100 miles a day, ish. Maybe slightly less, but easily 50 to 70 to 100 a day. We see people in every different part, shape, bit of their life. People that are young, people that are older, people that are maybe not kind of very well at all, people that don't really need much recovery support because they're already there, really. People that live in flats, people that live in houses, people that live in the middle of nowhere, people that live in city centres. So, you know, stroke does not say no to anybody. It hits people regardless of their, well, it happens to people regardless of their financial, social, you know, status. It doesn't make a scrap of difference to a stroke. It will happen if it's going to happen. So it's really an interesting part of the job. You can go into a mansion one day, and I literally mean a mansion, and then you can go into a tiny little 2 up, 2 down the next day, or a 1-bedroom flat the next day. You can go into some places that are really easy to find, and some places that are just incredibly difficult to find. So you do spend some time trying to find those places that you have no idea where such a name of a cottage is, with no postcode. So it can be quite fun and frustrating at the same time. Work has basically meant that some of the time I'm at home still doing meetings, doing admin, doing phone calls. Quite a lot of our caseload is still managed by a phone call because we don't have capacity to see everybody. Doing therapy plans because, again, same thing, we don't have capacity to see everybody, so those that can follow a therapy plan, off you go. And just monitoring people and keeping a track and trying to offer support and help through video conferencing, through video calls to patients, through telephone calls, through face-to-face, through socially distanced meetings. It's been really bizarre. At first, you know, we were only allowed to see emergency visits and then socially distanced outdoor visits. Now we're able to go into people's houses, work on mobility a bit more, actually get up close and personal sometimes is required to stop them falling. Working on cognition and things like that. So it's definitely been an eye-opener for everybody, and especially community teams at the moment. It is just, it's like even if you've been working in the job previously, I obviously hadn't in this part of my job anyway, but even if you had been working in, like, even for 10 years in the same job, it's like it's just changed overnight. And I guess that shows the adaptability of the NHS, I guess. But yeah, overall, that has kind of been what it's like. Just you're in so much demand, and you get patients that are understanding and accepting, and you get patients that are very, very frustrated. And next of kins that are like, it's not good enough. And I'm like, well, sorry, but I can't do anything about it. It's coming from management, not from me. And some people that totally understand that, you know, one of the reasons why I'm not coming to see you is because I might have it and I don't want to pass it on to you. You might have it and you don't want to pass it on to me. But some people don't really see that, and that is totally kind of you can kind of understand it because they've just experienced a massive life-changing health issue, or not issue, but health change, and they want to get back to normal, and we're there saying we will help you but not yet. And that's just not very nice to hear, I'm guessing. In fact, no, I know it's not what you want to hear. So that is it for this video. I hope it gives you a little bit more of an insight into what it's currently like working in the NHS during 2020. I'm just gonna say that as a whole. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to check out my other NHS themed videos in the playlist. Let's make a playlist down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!